Greetings, everyone. How are we all feeling today? As usual, we have the $2 note in the singing bowl that represents all of our uncommon abundance in our lives. And as I cleanse this energetic space with the singing bowl, this $2 note simultaneously invites more of that uncommon abundance back into our lives and gives gratitude for all of that uncommon abundance. For this new moon in Sagittarius rune reading here, I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouths as we set our intentions for the new moon in Sagittarius rune reading, divinely guided rune reading. As usual, I am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. If you'd like a personal rune reading from me to you, please contact me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com, or you can just message me through there, or you can also visit the shop at youressentialpractice.com. Now, the new moon in Sagittarius, I have a whole bunch of notes here. So the new moon in Sagittarius is about us embracing growth, optimism, and a sense of adventure. Now, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and it's expansive energy as far as that goes. So we're coming from the depths of Scorpio, the deep waters of Scorpio, and we're exploding up into the surface, right? And we have this expansive growth and sense of adventure now with Sagittarius. And this new moon in Sagittarius is about new intentions, right? What are we creating? What are we starting new? Sagittarius, with it being ruled by Jupiter, this inspires curiosity, higher learning, and a quest for truth. If you want more information on this, I have a ton more that I could be reading to you right now, but I'm going to put it in the description box below. So please check out that description box below for more of that Sagittarius new moon, what that energy exactly means, and how you could steer it into today's divinely guided rune reading. Now, without further ado, let's get into the runes for today. What does Divine have in store for everyone for this beautiful Sagittarius season, new moon in Sagittarius? Right away, we have Wunjo, so this is pleasure. This is in our energetic past positions. So Wunjo here is P for pleasure, right? We can also look at that as a clan flag at the top of the hill, right? All of those energies about staking that clan flag into the top of the hill, all of the joy, the success, the abundance, the pleasure, the gratitude, everything that goes into that is that energetic past that we're coming from. So this is indicative also of a great help. You probably have gotten a lot of help from your friends, family, significant other, maybe your job as well, and you're celebrating that success and that milestone that you've just recently achieved. Now, for some of us, that could also mean leaving some of those places and moving on to healthier transitions. So right now we have in the energetic now position, Hagalaz. This is that rune of hail. Now, hail is a natural disaster, right? That's an unintended eventuality, something we have no control over, that it'll eventually happen given the right circumstances. So what this is calling us to do is be prepared for those oops, I forgot moments, or those unintended eventualities like a car repair or a house repair, something of that nature, right? Hagalaz also is in tune with the tarot of the Tower card. So the Tower card in tarot is that falling off of what no longer serves us or serves our highest path. So this is great. So I really think this is a lot of releasing those energies, and you're celebrating releasing some of those energies. But here you're looking at everything that's no longer serving you falling off naturally. So this is great going into that new moon energy, starting off with a clean slate, expansive growth like our last rune reading. It was for Sagittarius season. I hope you Sagittarius out there are having an awesome birthday season. Regardless, so what I went over in that last rune reading for that Sagittarius energy, right? For their Sagittarius season rune reading, that was, Hagelas was in that rune reading as well, and that was more about what we get to have no longer serves us actually will fall away. No worries about that. We actually rebuild our towers thousands of times in our lives, and most of the times without even knowing it. It's when we pay attention and our ego's involved that we get all caught up in all of that. So right now, Divine wants you to move into the energetic near future, the very near future with Isa. This is the rune of ice, stuck, frozen, rigid, repeating life lessons. Now, for some of us who have been in our pleasure for too long, and now you're having that tower moment, and now you're repeating life lessons. But for those of us who have released those energies and you're celebrating and you're getting it into your building your new tower, this is calling you to be firm like ice, rigid like ice, be on that straight and narrow path and rebuilding your tower, right? This is beautiful energy, everyone. This new moon energy is blessed for so many of you. So let's see what comes into their action taken for the best outcome. And that is in Othala. O for Othala. Othala is about foundations, legacies. A lot of that inheritance comes to mind, right? What we leave behind for future generations. So Othala is about that foundations, legacy, what we have to leave behind. So I like to view this as that paradigm, right? Religious practices or ceremony, things that are we think about, that we practice on a day-to-day basis, habits, long-term energetic pattern addictions. Make sure they're healthy ones, because this foundation, you need a firm foundation, right? This firm foundation. So when we're doing this and moving forward in our foundation work, we're seeing with rebuilding that new tower, we have to be firm, rigid, and in that straight and narrow path while we're repairing the cracks or possibly even expanding our foundations. Remember, that was the whole theme of the last major rune reading I did here on Your Essential Practice here on YouTube. So please go look at that if you haven't already. And we will get into what our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are for this new moon in Sagittarius, divinely guided rune reading. Yeah, Algis, the elk. You're divinely protected and connected. This is those antlers that are connected to divine all the time, right? Even the crown chakra mudra looks like antlers. This is the crown chakra mudra, and it goes right over our head. So that's our like antenna connection with divine. This is divine protection. This is the rune of faith. This is the rune of moving forward, knowing that you have divine defense, knowing that you're divinely connected and protected moving forward. As you are rigid or repeating life lessons, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, whichever one this is for you, right? Move forward knowing that you are in your faith, that you're moving forward in divinely guided steps, right? If you're unsure, make sure that you're asking yourself, is this healthy for my foundation? Is this working to the benefit of the new tower I'm building? Is this going to save me from that hailstorm? Is this going to last? Is that foundation going to last through the hailstorm? Another way to look at this too is look at that great love filter. Am I receiving everything with love? Am I perceiving everything with love? Am I responding to everything with love? If the answer is no to any of those questions, you know where you need to go within for healing work. Yeah. So what do we risk losing here is dagas. This is clarity, that metamorphosis. Looks like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon, right? This could also be that hourglass tipped on its side. So when that hourglass is tipped on its side, it's like time stops and we have that pause, that moment of clarity, that moment of being the ultimate observer, going within and viewing ourselves from above, or however you want to see this, right? It's that moment of clarity outside of time. So this is what you risk losing. Okay, this is directly across from Hagelas. So hail and what you risk losing. So if you don't build your good tower, or if you're going through a tower moment now, what you do risk losing is a lot of that clarity. So make sure that you're moving forward in those divinely guided steps. If you're repeating life lessons or whatever, divine faith and guidance, you're protected, you're nurtured, you are so much more gifted than you give yourself credit for. I'll tell you that right now. So what we have to look forward to for our outcome here is Nalthis. Now Nalthis, I like to call it now this. Sounds a little familiar, right? We're going down this path and now this log is crossing our path. It needs to be addressed fully in order for us to continue on this path, right? We're on that rigid path, right? Or we're repeating life lessons, but we're addressing our needs, constraints, limitations in the process. So Nalthis is calling us to look at our needs, limitations, and this is directly across from Wunjo in the rune reading here, where Wunjo and Nalthis are, with them being directly across from each other, Nalthis is saying that we can't remain in our pleasure for terribly long. There's a time and a place for everything. And what this means is that, yeah, it's good to have fun, but it's also good to be dedicated, to build, to do the work. You can't, the grasshopper and the ant come to mind with this. So the grasshopper was spending all of its time playing and not doing any work. And then the cold season came around and he went and begged the ant for help because he knew the ant was toiling and working the whole time during the warm, fun season. Now, not calling you to be the ant, but know where that balance is between the ant and the grasshopper. This new moon energy is going to have you addressing those needs in very healthy ways. And I really think with that new moon, you're going to be building that new foundation or expanding into new territory. And you are going to find ways that you are divinely protected, new ways that you're divinely protected. So for the cards today, I have both the Dragon Path and messages from the fairies. This is the Dragon's Path and this is the message from the fairies. I will pull an oracle card from each and going over the Dragon Path first. So Divine, show us clearly, what message of clarity do you have for us today? For this divinely guided rune reading for the new moon in Sagittarius, what Dragon Oracle card message do you have for us today? Please show us clearly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please show us clearly what message of clarity you have for us today for this new moon in Sagittarius rune reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Serene, the card of being serene, serenity. All right, now let's go over and read what this card has to say. Serene is gently flowing water, and a warm summer breeze depicts this dragon's energy beautifully. Serene connects to the calm and resilient energy of Mother Mary, so you can rest assured that life is going to settle down, especially if it has been rather turbulent of late. She says, I am lapping of waves and the morning sun. Allow me to wrap you in my blue cloak of tranquility and accept my presence as pure calm settles around you. When your inner perceptions shift, so will your outer world experiences. Remember that the tranquility you seek lies within. The volatile outside scenario is only a mirror of turbulence inside. Call upon me to guide you to that peace of heaven you crave. Observe your life experiences changing as they begin to mirror your inner feelings of serenity. She encourages us to go gently with ourselves. So this tower moment and this repeating life lessons, or you're on that narrow path and you're maybe in that shame, guilt kind of spiral. This is calling to be serene and calm and make deliberate steps in that foundation work and in your faith work, right? We are quick to nurture others, but we often neglect our own needs. We must feed ourselves with which brings us joy and makes us feel alive. As we accept what is important to us, our worldly experiences will reshape and shift in a positive way. That is beautiful, beautiful work, everyone. And let's get a message from the fairies. These are divinely guided beings who also loves to assist us in our journeys. I got 2 cards that flipped right away for the fairies. So Divine, thank you for showing us clearly what message of clarity you have for us today. Actually, I got 3 out of here. Wow. Get some exercise. Ask for what you want. And pregnancy, the birth of a child, brings blessings into this world. Okay, so let's go with get some exercise first. And yes, I will read all of them. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. The fairies know the importance of physical activity. They play, dance, and run around daily to keep themselves in good physical shape. Moreover, they know that exercise is the secret to lasting energy, health, and happiness. It's a wonderful stress reducer and can improve every area of your life. So including your career, finances, and relationships. You drew this card because your body is crying out for cardiovascular or muscular stimulation. If you ask for the fairies for help, they'll help you find the time and motivation to exercise in fun ways. Now, this might be a little counterintuitive about serenity, but you can still have serenity and also exercise. Find a way to make both of those work for you, and you have a winning formula here. Let's read about ask for what you want. And remember to be specific when we ask for what we want, right? This says, let the universe and other people know what you need. This card serves as a reminder of the importance of asking for your desires. The universe is much like a restaurant in that you need to put in your order before anything can happen. Your current situation calls for action on your part. First, spend time clarifying your desires. Then, tell the fairies and the universe clearly what you want. You can always qualify your request with the prayer, this or something better. Please may I have this or something better, so that you don't unwittingly limit yourself. However, you do need to make a clear decision about your desires. Yeah. Clear decision about your desires, right? What direction are you building that foundation? What direction is that divine path taking you in your faith? When you're addressing your needs, are they done so through ego, or are they done so in a healthy way? These are all things to ask ourselves so we can be clear in asking for what we want. Now let's look at this pregnancy card. This is an interesting one. Now this does not mean literally a literal pregnancy, but for some of you it may. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you're pregnant right now, I offer you a sincere congratulations. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world, is what this card says. This card indicates that you or someone close to you is presently or will very soon be expecting a child. The fairies celebrate the birth of this precious new baby upon the earth, as this child is an angel of great joy and light and brings many positive changes into your life. This card could also indicate an impending successful adoption of a child. Now, additional meanings for this card could also be watch for the successful birth of a new project, or a baby who is important to you was recently born. This card could also relate to a pet's birth or pregnancy. If you're healing from a painful experience related to a pregnancy is what this could also mean. If you're ready for a big change in your life, it could also be related to this pregnancy card. So we're giving birth to, we're rebuilding that tower. So it's, in essence, we're birthing in this new tower, this new paradigm, this new legacy, right? In our faith, in our divine work, in our blessed divine work that we get to infect others with and affect others with both simultaneously in such a joyous, wondrous, loving way. We get to get some exercise while being serene, and with the serenity, the dragon of serenity coming along, we get to ask for what we want in a calm, clear, conscious, driven way, giving birth to our new beginnings, our new foundations, our new aspects of self, right? Now let's get a chakra token to close off today's reading with a meditative practice. So our chakra tokens go through every chakra. And wow, look at that. I just said the crown chakra a little bit ago, didn't I? So divine guidance, divine protection for what this means. So beautiful crown chakra token here, right? Now the crown chakra mudra is what I showed earlier. It's that diamond shape, and the fingers are spread here, and it goes right above our head. Now the mantra for the crown chakra is silence. When we're tuning in and receiving those pure messages, letting it wash over us, right? We are silent. We want to listen when divine is talking to us. We are receiving this signal. We're receiving all of that energy. Now, for the solfeggio frequency, it's 963 hertz solfeggio frequency. The crown chakra is the final chakra. It's located above the head. If you're someone who has a blocked crown chakra, then you're cynical, closed-minded, and have not worked through your first 6 chakras. The crown chakra represents the higher state of consciousness and spiritual enlightenment. Opening this chakra takes a lot of spiritual and mental awareness. Those who have opened their crown chakra will feel bliss and transcendence. And I strongly urge you to work on your lower chakras first if you haven't already, before addressing these upper chakras from the throat above. Really want to get in tune these lower chakras first before we go from the throat and above, because we're not going to start building our foundations for our new tower, right, from the top. Right? We're not going to start with the roof. That's called the roof. That's not the foundation. The foundation's the root chakra, right? And that's a lot of our substantial awareness where it is right now. It's strong with a lot of us, especially after that Scorpio season, moving into this fast-moving Sagittarius, ready to pull back that bow and hit his target true, right? So this beautiful divine crown chakra work, I think is just going to be beautiful for this new moon in Sagittarius energy moving forward. I've been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.